Hey guys, I'm here with Shaun from Fret Zealot. He's out from DC to show us their awesome LED guitar learning magic fretboard tool. So he's going to just talk us through a little bit about the product and maybe inspire some people to learn guitar. So if you could just maybe tell us how you came up with the idea to start Fret Zealot and what kind of drove you to create a product like this.
Fret Zealot kind of came out of my own frustration. I've been playing guitar for many years very poorly, and I just couldn't seem to get past this barrier, and I realized it was because I kept running out of time. And every time I went back to learn, I'd start at the same place, make some progress, and then I'd forget it, and then I just kept doing that over and over again. And I thought, if I could only see exactly where I left off and just get rid of that barrier to entry, I could advance on my own time and move forward. And that kind of evolved in this idea of putting LEDs on the neck of a guitar. And the cool thing about this is it's actually an LED strip. So it's not a full guitar that we're giving people, and they actually get the guitar of their dreams, something really cool that they like, that they're inspired by, and then our product teaches them how to play.
Well, so the idea is kind of that you learn a song and it shows you exactly how to play it, and you can do it at whatever speed, or sort of like learn one song at a time, learn scales, anything, just all with this one sort of modular piece of gear.
Exactly, and because it links to a phone, things are possible that nobody's really thought of before. Like, say it takes you a while to get to this D chord here, but on another chord it's quicker. We're planning on implementing a feature that when you actually strum, your phone listens for that. And the second you strum, it then displays the next one. And you can actually go through a song at your own pace, not at a set speed, but your speed.
And you were showing me even you can play certain sections of songs over and over. If that's sort of your struggle point, your pain point on any song, you can loop a certain section of a song and play it slow, and it'll sort of correspond with what's going on the fretboard, right?
Exactly. Our instinct when reading tablatures, we find the tricky section that we're struggling with, and we just kind of play it over and over, but then you're looking at it, then looking at your guitar neck, then looking at it, and then back, and here it's all in one section. And if you can't play it at one speed, you slow it down, and that little section is looped, and it's very quick to learn that section.
So besides songs, what else does the Fret Zealot do?
So lots of chords, called a few tens of thousands of chords are available. Same with scales. Then of course songs and crazy light shows. And having an engineering background, that's my favorite.
Yeah, so it can really kind of teach you the muscle memory and show you commonalities between different sort of scales, different chords, visually. So if you're a visual learner, it's an ideal way to learn an instrument, to kind of put what you can see on the fretboard with your ear.
Exactly.
So how much is this going to run someone online? I'm assuming is where they order it.
Yep. So it's $200, and then the app and all the songs and everything in the app are free.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, and we really appreciate you showing us the Zealot.
Of course. Thank you.
Cool. So we've been spending some time with the Fret Zealot over the past couple days, and we are very, very impressed with the product. As a musician, as someone who went to music school, it's definitely much more than just a beginner tool. It's a very interesting tool for beginners, but also we've been really impressed with kind of the advanced harmonic exploration you can do visually that we've never been able to do before on the guitar. All of the tech behind the Fret Zealot sort of relies on these very interesting LED strips that run up the neck of the guitar. So this is the basic layer of the LED strip, and then this is the finished product that goes up the neck of the guitar. So they've spent a lot of time making sure that this feels good on the guitar and also does everything they need it to do and fits the majority of guitars. So one thing Shaun pointed out that I thought was really interesting is that these top two strips are actually thinner if you look at them on the neck of the guitar, than the other strips, so that they'll fit when you get up to these thinner, higher frets. Perhaps the most interesting thing and the thing that most people will be a little bit nervous about is the way that it feels on the neck of the guitar. So, when you're playing a guitar, you want to get your finger right up next to the note and be able to fret it really easily. And you'll be happy to know that the Fret Zealot really doesn't get in the way. This is a pre-production model that's on the guitar right now. And Shaun says that the final production will be even thinner than this, but even this is totally easy to play. There's no weird buzzes. Everything feels great all the way up the neck, and it's really, it's kind of unnoticeable after, you know, the first couple minutes. Even this strip on the top of the guitar neck, there are some bumps kind of where each fret would be, but it's not weird. Your thumb never feels like it's in a weird place, and if anything, it kind of helps you slot into an individual place on the neck when you're playing. So it really does fit very seamlessly into any guitar you put it on. This is a just standard Epiphone sort of cheap practice model, and it feels great, even on this affordable model guitar. There's nothing weird going on. In terms of the way it fits onto the top of the guitar, it's kind of a similar situation. They use this sort of capo style clip, and it fits on this guitar great. I imagine it'll fit on the headstock of just about any guitar really well. We've been really excited about just being able to play through songs. You know, it'll show you, for example, let's pick one. It'll show you how to play Stairway to Heaven. So you can see it's showing you all the way along. You can slow it down, you can loop sections, so it's really good for learning songs, especially ones that might be a little bit out of your reach or that you can't really understand the tabs for online. In the Learn section of the app, they have an entire section devoted to chords and an entire section devoted to notes and scales. So if we pull up the chords section, so say you're looking at a tab online and you need to remember how to play, for example, my D major chord. Each color on the fretboard corresponds to a finger, and it will show you what finger to use in the app. So my index finger is blue, my middle finger is green, and my ring finger is yellow. And it'll even show you what string to mute with this red. So let's see. Looks and sounds like a D major to me. More interesting for people who are trying to get into soloing is if you go into the notes and scales section, you can do the same thing with scales. So here's it on a single string, the E string. This is C major pentatonic. Here is it on the E and the A string. And then you can kind of just keep adding strings all the way up the neck until it shows you where all of the notes for C major pentatonic are all the way up the neck of your guitar. So if you're trying to figure out kind of patterns and how to solo over something, this is a really, really excellent tool. So the team at Fret Zealot really thinks about this product as something that will be adapted by other app makers and teachers and other people in the industry. So they're working with various people to make sure that, for example, if you're watching a YouTube video and it's teaching you how to play a song or a certain chord or scale, that it will coincide with what's going on in your fretboard. So that's another really cool thing to look forward to as they develop those partnerships, is more integrations with sort of outside companies with your actual Fret Zealot. So it's a very sort of expandable platform to learn guitar with. Whether you're an established guitar player or a beginner, there are definitely things that are very interesting about the Fret Zealot and totally worth checking out. It's definitely something that I would look into if you're trying to visualize more of what's going on the neck of your guitar instead of just play by ear. And for that reason, I would definitely look out for one when they hit stores.